Hey guys, what is happening? This is the Smooth Spy, and I'm here to talk about another news article that I thought was really interesting because, yeah, that's what I do here. So, first up, I want to talk about Uncharted 4. Yeah, because I don't know if you guys saw the E3 demo. If you didn't, I strongly suggest you watch it because it was amazing. The reason I want to talk about the game, is that it was confirmed over at E3 that the game would be in the single player anyway, 30 FPS locked instead of the 60 FPS that I know a whole bunch of people were hoping for. Now, this was really bad news for me, particularly because, as a whole bunch of you guys know, I play on the PC for the most part. I do own a PlayStation 4, have owned an Xbox 360, because, yeah, there are some awesome games on there, and I started on the Xbox before I went over onto the PC, had a bunch of other consoles before it, but anyway, on the PC, I've gotten accustomed to 60 FPS, and there are some console games that have 60 FPS. One of the best ones, in my opinion, was The Last of Us Remastered PlayStation 4. That was one of my first games on the PS4, because when I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get The Last of Us, because that was one of the games on the PS3 that I really wanted. I didn't really care a lot about some of the other ones, like God of War, or Resistance, or anything like that, or Ratchet and Clank, but Uncharted and The Last of Us, they really appealed to me. So that was the one game I really wanted. So, got The Last of Us. It was, of course, 60 FPS, and I loved it. It was an amazing game, one of the best console exclusive games I'd have to say ever made. And it's worth owning a PlayStation 4, and that's why I still have it. I mean, I've thought about selling my PS4, then I was like, what if they make The Last of Us 2, which, by the way, is a rumor going around, according to the voice actor for Nathan Drake. So, that would be awesome. Anyway, Uncharted 4 also looks good. Naughty Dog does an amazing job. So anyway, I was really disappointed to hear that I weren't going to hit the 60 FPS. I mean, 30 FPS is fine if two things. One thing, the game is a slow-paced game. For example, a stealth game at 30 FPS, yeah, I mean, sure, a 60 is going to be smoother, but, I mean, for the most part, you're just crouching behind something, waiting to pounce. I mean, that's how I play a stealth game, slowly going around, so it's not that large of a deal. But in FPS games and games where you're doing a whole bunch of stuff going on screen, yeah, it's nice to have a higher frame rate. I mean, I haven't even experienced 120 FPS, but I've heard, like, for racing games and FPS and stuff, there's a lot of going on. It's just amazing. But anyway, and the other thing is it's hard to go down to 30 FPS if you've been accustomed to a 60 FPS. And this is one of the reasons why I don't like to play games on consoles now. I've got accustomed to the 60 FPS, and going down just... I mean, I understand for a whole bunch of guys on consoles, they're accustomed to a 30 FPS. They've only played a few games at 60 FPS. But, yeah, it's just not a good feeling, guys. And this... I was really sad to hear that. It will be 60 FPS in the multiplayer, so that's good. I guess they see, when it comes to a game, there are three areas where they can work on when it comes to games. There's resolution, in-game detail, and frame rate. And what I've seen is a lot of games, when they jumped over and started having games on this newest gen of console, Xbox One and the PS4, rather than giving the boost to finally have 1080p, 60 FPS and everything, they decided to go, okay, well, they mainly went for in-game detail, because, like, that's what they thought was more important than a solid 1080p and a solid 60 FPS. But of course, that's where you have the PC. You can pick and choose what you want. You could have 4K at 10 FPS with mid graphics, you know, or you could have 120 FPS on 720, or, you know, depending on your hardware, you could have 4K 120 FPS. If you have that set up, I want it. But that's the nice thing about PC. So that's one of the things I don't like about consoles. They pick what they want. So we can have swaying chest hair in the wind. That's actually a feature in the game, rather than a solid 60 FPS. I'm not saying that the chest hair is the reason for the 30 FPS cap, but I mean, obviously they went for a whole bunch of detail. I mean, the new Uncharted Nathan Drake collections coming out this fall will have a 60 FPS, so I will be getting that. I will be getting that for sure. It'll allow me to catch up on all the games before I play the fourth one. I will play the fourth one, but I'm not going to pay a full price for it. I'll wait for it to go on sale just because of the frame rate, because that annoys me that much. Anyway, guys, let me know down in the comments what you think about this, and will this affect your enjoyment of the game whatsoever. And of course, leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you thought it sucked, and of course subscribe. You can hear more from me, the Smooth Spy. Alright, everybody, take care.